good morning. Guess what? We are on day 20. We are in the 10-day countdown through the end of this journal of talking through our pain as we walk through our healing. Today, on the 20th, I want us to discuss financial pain. I feel like for most of us, we've experienced this to one degree or another, but today I wanted to talk about jealousy and being content. So there was a situation when I was really young. I had chosen a life of working at a church, nonprofit. I was making what I needed to make, and that was great. Like I could pay my bills. Well, one day I went over to one of my sisters, and one of her overtime checks was sitting on the counter, and I glanced at it. I saw it. Her overtime check was more than I made in that whole month, and I remember leaving like irritated and jealous, to be quite honest with you. And I was so grateful because the Lord spoke to me in that moment. He was like, you chose a job that made this much money. She chose a job that made this much money. It's nothing else is to be said about it. Like, it was a choice. And I chose this path, she chose this path. So what is there really to be jealous about? And I actually really appreciated it because I was like, that's true. Like, I could choose a different job if I wanted, but I felt like I was called for that job at that season. So I let go of that, and then I could celebrate her like, what? Look at your overtime check. Like, that's so exciting, and be actually excited. But how I answered the questions in here is I'm so jealous of everyone else, and they seem to be doing so much better than me. That's one area of how pain can affect us, financial pain. And then I wrote how I'd like God to heal me. I want to be happy for others. I want to be happy for others. Don't you? I want to celebrate their wins and successes and not take it as a negative about me. How I see God in the midst of my pain. And that's where that story comes in, because it is really important to celebrate others and also just have a realistic point of view about the choices you made that got you to where you are today. And tomorrow you could change that. Like, we really could change our whole lives with just decisions. So I hope that encourages you. In the Gospels, there's the story about the lost coin, the lost sheep, and the lost son. And if you remember those, at the very end, if you'll go back and look at those, each of them, at the very end, what is so exciting is what was lost was now found, and everybody celebrated. Everybody celebrated. So if you feel like you're lost in life or lost financially, ask the Lord what decision you can make that by the end of next year, your life will look different and will be headed in the direction that you want it to be headed. So I just ask a covering over you, over your mind, over your body, over your finances, over your spirit, that you can celebrate others while making choices for yourself that better your life and the lives around you. So be blessed, and I'll talk to you next time.